and welcome to the Easily Excitable podcast. My name is Topham, and with me this week is Kelly. Hey man, how's it going?
Hey Top, I'm doing pretty okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. It's been a while since we've spoken, because you have been off in other parts of the world.
Yeah, once again. Yes, I have been.
Whereabouts have you been?
Recently been to Hong Kong, Top. Recently been
Ooh.
to Hong Kong, and also while I was over there, made a quick jump over to Macau. Both were pretty interesting, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what kind of stuff were you doing over there, and what kind of things did you notice while you were there?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was there for work.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so since Hong Kong was an English colony for such a long time,
Yes.
you definitely can tell. I mean, it is also it does have like very much that Eastern air to it. Like that's very much prevalent. And there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
But a lot of people speak English there, even just a little bit. And it definitely feels different from what I expected it to feel like.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that was the biggest difference. And everyone over there said the same thing, not even just with feeling, but just how it feels different from like China, Japan, and other parts of the world. So it definitely had that to it, which was interesting for me. But overall, I really enjoyed it. It was really, really cool. Got to do some really interesting things. Macau was different. Got to see, I got my most sort of immersed feeling in Macau when I got to like this top of this like old church ruins in a city, and I looked down and I could see all the people there, and it was crazy because we had to walk through all these alleys to get there, and it's tons of like vendors on the streets, and they're like giving you little samples to try, and it was really, really, really interesting. Really cool to be a part of. But one of the coolest things that I did there was we went to a traditional sort of dim sum place.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, and it was great because they had these older women with carts bringing all the food around to the tables, and you'd have like your piece of paper, and they would like check the box or whatever you wanted from their carts, and they'd bring that to you, and that was really, really interesting. We ended up telling a bunch of people about it at the place we worked with, and apparently they had never even heard of it either. But it was really, really cool, and that was definitely like the best thing that I did there. The food was number one, people were number two, and then attractions were number three. But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I always like when I was in Singapore, it was all like we had a group. There was a group of us that went, and we made a bunch of friends while we were there. And like the food was the social thing to do, so it was always go out with a group of people for food. But the food was always like just excellent, and always like hunt down a new place because there's so many different places to eat. And I don't know. I've not been to Hong Kong, but I'm in my mind comparing it to Singapore. Maybe that's wrong of me because of the experience I have in an Asian country. But yeah, I like that's the closest thing in my mind that I have. But yeah, you said dim sum. We went out for dim sum plenty because there's like, yeah, I mean Singapore's such a melting pot of so many different cultures that I don't know. For me, like, yeah, okay, what you've said about Hong Kong and what I know about Hong Kong, it seems kind of similar. Their like main language is definitely English, or like Hong Kong's probably Chinese as well. Whereas Singapore, you've got Chinese, English, and then other languages like Indian and Malaysian, and I can't remember what other languages. There's definitely lots of Thai people there as well. But yeah, definitely food is a very important part of those cultures for sure.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. So how long were you away for?
This time it ended up being, if we add in all the travel time with it, which it was a long time to travel. It's a 12-hour difference over there. So it was, I was there for a week and a half, so add in the travel time, it was about a day and a half, so 3 days, so almost 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know you were there for that short an amount of time. I thought it was a longer thing.
Yeah.
Ah, Cool. So you're back in America for the foreseeable future.
I am, yes, which for me is good, just because as you know, I've traveled quite a bit within like a year's period, so I think I'm definitely good for a while. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It'll be good to catch up. I think RTX if you're going.
I'll be there. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. I will also be there. I do need to book my flights. That's something that I need to get done. But that should be soon, and yeah, I'll definitely be over. That'll be a cool time. There's so much food in Texas as well. Not specifically in Texas, although yeah, there's going to be a lot of food in Texas. But yeah, in Austin, there's so many different awesome places to get food.
Yes.
I'm super excited to go there also. Anyway, I've been eating a lot of food. I went out to a Turkish restaurant, then a Mexican restaurant, and then we ended up going to a Spanish restaurant, followed by an ice cream like dessert style restaurant. In 3 days we went to these different places because Rachel was over and we were just chilling out, having a good time. Decided to go and do some things and just have some good food, chill out with friends and family, and just chill out. We had a really good trip. We played all of Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, from opening the case, putting the game in, to 100% completion.
Wow. And how long? How long was that?
4 days.
Wow,
So,
I'm impressed. That is no easy feat. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's some commitment there to finishing a game. But the Lego games are, I don't know, easy enough to do. And that's like, if we're going to play a game, we might as well play something we're both going to enjoy and we can probably complete in just a few days. We decided against playing Diablo because of the way we both handle our inventory management and stuff like that. And the way that we play as well. I'm very much focused on drawing enemies into me and fighting with them there. And Rachel likes to stand off from a distance and cast magic at them, which is totally fine. And our playstyles complement one another. But when you're fixed to one screen and it doesn't split screen at all, that can cause issues. So we decided against that, but there is the current season 10 of Diablo 3 running, which is now on console. So it's there was in the past it was a PC feature, and they've just brought it onto consoles. Like I said, they're on season 10. They've done 9 seasons purely on PC. They finally brought it to console, and it works really well. It's really nice, and it's giving new life to the game for me, as I've only played it on Xbox. And it's it's giving me a lot of challenges to work towards, and trying to find like optimal builds of equipment to use. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really pushing myself to try and be better at it and learn how to use the character I've been using for so many hours in a different kind of role, I guess. But yeah, Diablo 3 seems to always be changing, and I really like playing it because it's a lot of fun. But yeah. Anyway, what have you been playing recently?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Battlegrounds, but Diablo 3 is really interesting because when it first came out, it wasn't the best. Like people didn't like it that much.
It had a real world trading system as well.
Yeah, it was massively different when it first came out, and they've made a lot of changes to the point where people are finally going back and playing it. But I think that's a lot because it's also a Blizzard game, and people will have that kind of
expectations of
they'll have the expectation, but they'll also be willing to try it again. But I mean, you see with so many other games and publishers and developers that where if you make something bad the first time, it's gone. They move on to the next thing. But I think because it's a Blizzard game, people are going back to it, which is good because now, from what I understand, it's a good game.
Yes.
So glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, it must have been out for 5 years or so as well, which is just crazy. It's like one of the best-selling, top 10 best-selling games of all time. Last I checked, it was the 7th most sold game of all time.
Yeah.
Which is just ludicrous in this day and age that something like that is on a top 10 list. And it is so pervasive around the whole of the gaming culture that people have at least picked it up and tried it. it's understandable then as well why it continues to be supported.
Yeah.
Because there must be so much money in that game, and there's still no signs of a sequel coming for it yet, but there's always rumours about them announcing it sometime soon. So, yeah, that's an interesting thing. You were saying Battlegrounds.
Yeah, I think it's called, the full name is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I think.
Okay.
It's the new sort of King of the Hill arena, sort of getting closer to bring all the players to the center, and sort of a Hunger Games-ish game that's out. It's currently in early access, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty good. I've been playing with people from the group, and playing by myself even sometimes, and it's a good game. From what I understand, I haven't played other ones, but from what I understand, it improves a lot upon other versions in the genre, like things that people have issues with other games that are similar to it. It takes a lot of those and kind of fixes that up. They've been making a lot of updates, a lot of additions to the game, kind of as things go on. And right now, I think it's, from what I understand, it's right now Battlegrounds and King of the Kill that are at the top.
So what style of game is it?
So it's apologies. It is a multiplayer, third-person, first-person shooter.
Okay.
Where the goal is to be the last person or the last team standing.
Okay.
And to incentivize that, you are all brought closer to a singular point on the map as time goes on.
Okay, so that's to incentivize action rather than passive play.
Yes, because I mean you can still be passive, which I think tends to be a very popular strategy. But because you're being pulled to those singular points, yes, you're right. It does encourage that aggression, which does need to happen at some point, right? You have to be the last person standing.
Yeah.
And along the way, you're picking up loot. When you first start the game, everyone's in this giant plane together, and it's going across the map in different ways every time. It goes across different paths.
Okay.
And there are cities, there are towns, there are villages, there's just like little hamlets, and they're just like a cabin sometimes. And your job is to get the best stuff that you can, so you can be as prepared as you can be, and then go from there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting. How long does a typical game last?
I mean,
I know
it can end really fast.
It's like an elimination style game type, so
yeah,
asking that question is kind of like up to interpretation and like how people play, but
right.
Yeah, like
it can end really quickly, especially if you're doing one player or even two. But if you have 3 or 4, usually, I mean, you're going to be waiting until your teammates are finished. But now they have a spectate mode, which is great. Some versions don't have that, which is interesting. But I mean, if it's you or 2 people and you both or you die really quickly, then obviously the game's maybe like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But I've had ones go up to 15, 20. But that tends to be it. Doesn't usually go around that much faster, because that's when the circle's closing in every single time, pulling you in. And so once you get to that 15, 20, everyone's really, really close together, and your chances of getting killed are significantly higher.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ah, cool. That sounds like definitely an interesting concept. My friend was talking about it last night, and so I have a rough idea of what it is. Yeah. I didn't know whether it was first or third person shooter. I assumed it was a shooter.
Yes.
But yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you're like getting loot, you're getting like better guns and stuff.
Yep.
And
you start off with nothing
armor
except for like the
that.
clothes on your back, and then you pick up backpacks, you pick up helmets, you pick up vests, other clothing, even if you want like camouflage, or if you want to stand out and just have fun clothing on. And you pick up weapons, you pick up grenades, you pick up ammunition, all kinds of stuff. So
nice. That sounds like a lot of fun indeed. I guess it's only on PC at the moment. And
I believe so. Yeah. And I would argue that the most fun with this game is had when you're playing with friends, as a lot of games. But yeah. No, it's a good amount.
Ah, cool. So yeah, what did I get up to last weekend? Because I know I didn't record a podcast last week because I split the one with Russell in two. So I was pushing forward in Diablo. My Sky Factory world, I took like an hour and a half just to sort out my inventory. That was insane because Minecraft's a bit of a mess because I'm just like, I will dump everything into a chest and move on, and you can't really afford to do that in Sky Factory. You need to have everything in logical, sensible places. I'm not very good at that. But now I've got everything organised. I'm just like, okay, that needs to go in there, that needs to go in there. All my ores and ingots stay in a certain chest, and all the seeds and fruits and things like wheat and stuff like that needs to go in another chest. And all the stuff I get from mobs gets split because you get so much different stuff because there's loot bags and everything in this modded version of Minecraft I'm playing. But yeah, that's an absolute blast. Have you guys considered with the GGG doing anything like that, or like seeing anyone playing something like that?
Yeah, we absolutely have. We've talked about it a few times.
Yeah.
Kind of just for like a week, or even having a separate server that's for modded.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that a few of our players have just gone kind of within smaller groups and done modded versions as well.
Okay.
So it's nothing that we're doing with our server actively.
Yeah.
We absolutely have had other people go and play like the Pokemon one, and other versions too. Especially considering you can just kind of just go on to a public server that's for that sort of thing.
Yes.
So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I thought I'd ask about that. And then, I was playing Destiny with some friends, and it was all going well. We were just like, let's have some fun and play some games. So we decided to jump into the Trials of Osiris, which is like the competitive multiplayer mode. And we were just like, yes, let's have some fun, just play this. The guys I was playing with are good players. They are significantly better than me. I don't know. I don't want to say I am bad at playing the game, but in a PvP sense, I'm not the best. And they are significantly better than me. And so we decided to play Trials of Osiris. You get a card which has space for 9 wins or 3 losses. Once you complete the card, you're eliminated. Or once you reach 9 wins, you've completed the card. If you reach 9 wins without getting any loss marks on your card, you get to go to the Lighthouse, which is a social space where you can just chill out and collect rewards. And the guys helped me get to 9 wins with no losses on my card. And so I finally made it to the Lighthouse after 2.5 years of playing Destiny. So I was very happy with that. And we had a good time, and hopefully we'll be playing again soon. Not necessarily to be like, yes, this is what we're going to do, but more so just have fun, because I've had a week off of Destiny, a week off of some other games as well. I've started playing Steep, which is the like snowboarding, skiing, parachuting, and wingsuit flying game that was released. That is very enjoyable. But I've been using this analogy. Analogy? Is that the right word? Who knows? That I started up, loaded it up, did the first like trick mission thing, which was score a certain number of points, and it explains how to play the game. So I was like, okay, I think I get it. Did it, got to the bottom of the run. It's just like, cool, do you want to try that again? I was like, yeah, I think I understand it now. Went through it, did the second run, smashed all of the scores on the high scoreboard, like, of my friends list, and I was like, yes, okay, I think I understand this game now. So I was just got the bottom medal in my first run. I was like, I think I understand what I'm trying to do. Second run, go down, nail it, hit all the jumps like I want to hit them, pull off some crazy tricks, get lots of points, and then somehow I'm like top of the leaderboards, getting gold medals, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I understand how this works now. It's a rewarding game to play. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to playing more. I haven't played enough of it so far to really have an impression other than it feels fun to play. I can't wait to give it a bit more of a play as well.
Yeah, from what I've seen from it, that's definitely the impression that I've gotten too. It reminds me, and I can't remember the name unfortunately, but one of those sort of arcade snowboarders on the N64 that I used to have, or probably still have, frankly.
1080 snowboarding.
Yeah, probably.
That was definitely on
it's
N64.
one of those.
Yeah.
I know there were like 2 snowboarding games. So
There was Cool Borders, which was on PlayStation, and there was
Yeah.
1080, which was on N64. There might have been another one on N64, but
yeah, man. But it from what I've seen of Steep, it reminds me a lot of that, except kind of modernized, which is
Yes.
good. That's what you want. And so it's looked like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear that you're having a good time with it.
Nice.
And apparently you're smashing the game.
I know, right? It's so much fun. I think my biggest problem with it is like you can like choose to go into the wingsuit and then you want to jump off places, but I don't tend to switch close enough to an edge. So I'll like switch to the wingsuit and I'll be like, okay, I need to move to the edge and then jump off. But as soon as you push a direction, your character will jump forwards and just like land flat on the floor in front of them. It's like, well, that's not where I wanted to jump. And yeah, so I just like so frequently I'm just like, yes, I will. I need to make a big jump, and I'll just flop onto the floor and just wriggle around. It's like, why game, why? So yeah, but yeah, that's Steep is a lot of fun. I'm gonna play a lot more of it, and I'm looking forward to that. This week I'm gonna be getting back into doing lots of taekwondo, so I'm gonna try and train taekwondo 3 times in the week, which is good. It's picking up on that. And I need to get back into doing some running as well because I've been a bit lazy recently, especially with Easter and all of the chocolate and yummy things. So,
yeah, I've been picking up with running again too. First time I timed myself, 8-15-minute mile. Not bad for
Nice.
just starting up again. So I'll
Not
take
bad
that.
at all.
I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I need to. I don't know. I need to focus on what I'm doing with running as well. Like, I need to say, okay, I'm going to try and sprint a certain amount of times, or I'm going to set myself a goal. I want to hit this time for this distance or anything. But it has to be stuff that's achievable to start with, and then start ratcheting it up, rather than being like, these unattainable goals I'll set. Yes, because I've done that way too much in the past. I'm just like, yes, this is where I'm going to start my challenge from, and then it just demotivates me. But like, that's just the way I work best, like working incrementally from starting goals. Whereas for you, I would say, unless you've got like specific goals you want to work to, figure it out first and then set goals and like see what your like benchmarks are for longer distances, or what your fastest shorter distance could be as well. But
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, things are fun. Exercise is good, but I really haven't been doing enough of it. I need to do more. But that's always what I'm like. I always want to do more of whatever I'm doing, because we all know how I feel about a lot of things. So yeah, but cool. Okay, Kelly, where can we find you across the internet?
Oh man. Okay. I mean, Good Guy Gamers has Facebook group. Check that out.
Yeah.
Good Guy Gamers, and then we're on Twitter.
You are on Twitter at good_guy_gamers.
Attaboy, Tom.
Yay.
Attaboy. That'd probably be the best way, honestly. But yeah, no, I would definitely check us out. Good group of people. I said Facebook. YouTube as well. We got some. If you ever just curious, like sort of how we operate, how we sound. We got some videos up there. So Good Gamers on YouTube. Check that out too. I know we've started doing Twitch a little bit more.
Nice.
So there's that.
Oh yeah, because you're doing a lot of charity stuff and charity streams as well for Extra Life, like throughout the year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So we're starting to do that a little bit more too. So check that out on the horizon.
Cool. I can be found across the internet at EthBot or at Destroy Topham. This is the Easily Excitable podcast. Have an exciting week, everyone. Thank you, Kelly, for being my guest this week.
As always, it's been a pleasure.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Awesome sauce.
Woo.